Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about one of the tools that I use all the time, and I'm actually sitting by it. It's a downdraft rocket pellet fed waste oil heater. I've been working on this, tinkering with it for the last 4 or 5 years, and now we've got it running efficient and hot enough to actually do forging. And I thought it would be an excellent video for the prepper community. It's a tool that we need, that we use every day. Every day I get up when it's cold and I light the heater. It's like 19 degrees outside, and this thing's running at about 650, 700 degrees right now. I'll check it in a second for you. But the forging was just kind of a bonus. I knew it was getting really hot in there. It was eating up my grates, and I'll show you what I've come up with on the primary and secondary burn chamber. This is stainless piece of pipe. You have to build these ever so often because it will just eat them up. I was using mild steel and it wasn't lasting 2 or 3 days. The oil drip hits here, and this is where I've been forging things out of. Dig these out. Right back in here. And I'll get the camera where you guys can see better. This is some of the stuff we forged. I forged this for a friend of mine's wife.
What is that?
It's a fire poker.
Show it.
Big, nice one.
So how did you make those curves?
Just stuck them in the stove, and it gets red hot, and you twist it any way you want to. This was another fun project, a knife out of a railroad spike. That was actually a cone bit, and the material must have been pretty good because it got really sharp after I hardened it again. But that's kind of a bonus. And you'll see stuff hanging on this. It's a pick, hardened pick. This is one of the things I made when the little kids were over when we did our treasure hunt.
Yeah, with marshmallows.
We'll do that video later. It's been a lot of fun, but the main thing is heat, not being dependent on the grid. So what we have is our pellet hopper. Hardwood pellets are in here. You don't have to use pellets. You can take this off and put wood in here. It's a downdraft, and it's really efficient at burning just the tips of the wood. It's not very much fun trying to split wood in those small pieces. That's why I resorted to the pellet hopper.
Didn't you at one point though use pallets?
I did. I would go to the pallet place, but then you got to tear apart the pallets, and you always have to mess with them to try to feed them in there. Pellets are $5.99 a bag, but you also have the option to use regular wood or anything. You know, I've got some coal over there I'm experimenting with on the forging, and so far you can hear it. It draws enough air. You don't have to use any kind of blower to do your forging. So this is your gate to shut the pellets off, and it'll burn that out, and then
I thought that was
it goes
cool.
out.
You showed me how to run it the other day. That was really cool.
Pull it out, your pellets fall down. This is our waste oil drip. This is used motor oil, it goes up here. It's not the safest feature because this thing can get away from you and glow red and start to, you know, kind of warp on you. But if you'll just have it cracked, and I'm not recommending anybody do this portion, it could be dangerous. If you have it cracked and the heater goes out, the oil cools off and it stops dripping. It's pretty neat. We have a pan under it in case it does, you know, run too much. It'll drip out and go in the pan. Now this is a heat exchanger. It's a propane tank. propane tank. That's why I thought it was really cool. You need a little bit of pipe, a short piece of square tubing, propane tanks, and you're pretty much in business. This piece of pipe goes into the heat exchanger and it comes all the way up. All this is welded. There's another piece in here, and it stops here. And then the heat has to come all the way back down to come out of this. And the reason why I have all this metal scrap laying on it, because that's just more stuff that could absorb heat. Give them a view down here. Burning right up there, and as they get smaller, it goes through here. That hole is to put your stuff in that you want to forge. This is actually a idler. So I can stick that up there, and it really slows the pellets down. It'll just barely burn them. So when I go in, when I'm done and I'm going home, I can just shut it down to where it's just barely burning. And then when I want it to run again, I can just pull it back out. This right here is how you adjust the pellet feed. When you run these down, this comes down and it makes that square tubing get closer to the grate, and it slows them way down. That's how you control how much pellets fall into it. You move it up, more pellets, it gets hotter. If you're using oil and pellets, you don't have to use as many pellets. And a lot of people don't know what to do with their used motor oil. And it's a great way to extract some BTUs out of it. Just so everybody understands, this pipe, which is like this, and then it comes up like so, and it's open-ended. Your pellets are coming in here on a slight angle, so that's going to be hot. Your square tubing comes through here, and your pellet hopper's up here. So the pellets come down into the burn area. The heat and the fire comes up here to the top of this, and then your heat exchanger is right here. And then your stove pipe goes here. So your air's coming through here, pellets are here, and it gives it more time to get out. Otherwise, you know, it would just rip right up the stovepipe. It's something we use all the time, and we're going to start doing more videos on that. I would like to do, if you guys are interested, I have been a professional metal fabricator, pipe fabrication, pretty much my entire adult life. And I'd say yes, for sure, my entire adult life. And this is one of the things that I built that I really use all the time, and I think anybody could do it with a certain few tools that really wouldn't set you back that much, and I think would be absolutely necessary to have in some type of, well, any situation. It doesn't have to be grid down or anything like that. It could just be you needing to repair your neighbor's tractor or repair your own stuff, or you name it. I think everybody should know how to weld at least a little bit, and it's really not that hard, especially with, you know, the right tools, and it doesn't have to be that many, you know. Small little welding table, small welder, small way to cut metal, maybe a couple ways, plasma cutter, cut off wheel, torch, you know, that kind of stuff. I do a lot of this on the Taylor Welding channel, and I plan on building another one of these and walk you through exactly how to do it. And I have some improvements I'd like to make too. So guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell, do all that stuff. It helps me. And have an awesome, awesome day. Later.